Hello, everyone, and welcome to another fabulous Fry Slay with the Couch Potato Queens. I am your host, Sam Meier, comedian, entrepreneur, logistics professional. Next, of course, I am joined by my roommates, the host and co-founder of the Couch Potato Queens podcast network, Josh Mendelson. How are you, BB?
Hi, honey. How are y'all?
I am
Yes. Welcome to
feeling
the
so
show.
good. How are we getting the best season since All Stars 2? I mean,
I know.
right? It's extraordinary. Next, of course, we are joined by Detroit's premier queen of the meme queen, Miss Alex Meitz. How are you, baby?
I'm doing great. I'm wearing lipstick today, and I'm also at my own house, so I have my good wallpaper behind me.
Yeah, you do. You're so zhuzh today. You're so professional. Is it because you're going live with Jolene Lunzer to talk about Big Brother at 11:30 tonight?
I am. So if you want to come talk to me and Jolene and Josh, catch that after the show at 11:30, y'all.
Yeah.
Hello, Madam Caliente.
Hello,
Dolores, and hi, Sophie. Why was Drag Race moved from VH1 to Paramount Plus? Because Paramount Plus probably paid a lot of money.
Yeah, they probably did, and also they probably that's probably that's the whole deal.
Yeah,
it's the truth, Mama.
Do you guys think that if I like lean this way, does it look like RuPaul's legs are my legs?
It really does, actually. Alex, you've never looked so snatched, baby.
Who is she? She's Linda Evangelista. She's a model. With a cock.
Oh my God, Alex, you need to stay in that position all night, Mama.
Oh my God, just lean for me, lean for me, lean for me, lean for me, lean.
Like Luke.
Dolores is right. Alex is extraordinary.
Oh my God, wait, will we pull up the comments?
Okay, so y'all, let's get into this app because it was a hot one tonight. First of all, I want to talk about sort of the recap of the previous week's voting. The group unanimously voted to send Yada home, and Jan picked Akira's lipstick. How did you? Jan was like, I think I was trying too hard, and it's like, girl, this is the first. You think, Jan? How did y'all feel about Jan's panic at the beginning of this episode? Alex?
Jan has been spiraling since she was in the bottom the first time. And I'm just kind of like, girl, just take your win and be chill.
Bendel and crime yourself out of here, girl. You be like, take it and go. Rue is nice to you for a moment. Treasure that for the rest of your life.
Treasure that and leave. It is not going to get better for Jan. It's only downhill from here.
It's only downhill from here. Josh, how did you feel about Jan finally getting her moment and then voting for Akira?
Jan's been a little Janet T lately. I don't know. I just made that up. But I don't know. I feel like Jan's been kind of messy.
Could you explain what you said? Janet T?
Janet
T?
I don't know. I just made up a word. She's.
What does it mean?
Like Jan and Manatee.
I'll use it in a sentence. Jan was very Janity this episode. Last episode, she kind of laid the house down, and then this episode, she was the opposite. She was messy. She was Janity.
Is it a noun?
It's whatever I want it to be.
We saw Janet
like panic.
Not Janet. Yes, we did. That's a good one, Dolores. We did see Janet this week.
Janet
panic.
Hi, Sophie. I'm Sam. I don't know. I'm here. I'm the business bitch. Nice to meet you.
Sam's behind the scenes of the Couch Potato Queens.
I'm the what?
I'm behind the scenes of the Couch Potato Queens.
I am, sort of. I really am, yeah. Next, we get into the beginning of a weird but deeply entertaining storyline, which was Pandora's Twink discourse, which I would just like to say, with Cardi B igniting a national discussion about twinks this week. I do think RuPaul's Drag Race has a great, I mean, it's like when wasn't the Farmer Rusical during quarantine? Hi, Courtney.
Hi, Courtney.
Like Drag Race sometimes has a weird way of imitating what's going on. How do y'all feel about Pandora's like, I used to be a twink and now I'm not? Josh?
I mean, work girl.
No, Pandora was always an older queen.
Yeah,
When she was 22, she was still an older queen. When she was a twink, she was still an older queen.
Sophie, don't come for me like that, saying Alex is way prettier than us. We're all gorgeous. And that's where you should leave it.
It's just because I have this body.
This leg, this body.
Come on, body. Mama.
Anyway, yeah, Madame Caliente said right though, is Pandy has always been the mother. I don't know. I think she's finally dressing age appropriately. Yeah. I've never had like an issue with Pandora's body looking any sort of way. But this was really the week for the big girls, I thought.
I thought so too. I thought, Sam, a lot of the queens really slayed this episode, and some of them did not. I feel like they were either really good or really bad this episode.
Yeah. What
was this was a hard challenge.
It was a hard challenge. We're starting to get an image shift. And I thought particularly in Eureka and Ginger tonight, we're starting to see a different version of them that's more vulnerable, that is dispensing good advice, that is more calm, more humble. And it was, I thought they both did excellently this episode.
Yeah, I mean, just think about both of them on the previous seasons that they were on. Like Eureka was I want to say intolerable off the stage. You know, like Eureka doing this challenge on her original season probably would have just been very like me, ka-ta-da-ka.
Steamrolled everyone.
Yeah. Whereas this one, she was able to engage in a conversation, and it was really fun to watch, and it was inclusive to the audience. And you know, I credit that to a lot of
we have to acknowledge this comment. Sophie, Sam looks like Joey Fatone from NSYNC, and Josh looks like Chris from NSYNC. I'm gonna take that as a compliment.
No, what to do to me?
What are y'all doing?
Sam just full on left the chat. Don't you dare call Sam Joey Fatone.
Okay, but y'all, I was literally having like a very dark personal moment last night and remembering my childhood, and I was like, I think he was the one I was most attracted to as a child.
You know what? But Chris is like the gross one. So like I was removing myself because I was insulted. So
but you removed me instead.
Josh, did you think you were
remove me?
Josh, you're having your own janity right now.
I'm janitizing.
Janitize the channel, y'all.
Some hand janitizer. I'm done. I'm
okay. No more Jan.
Oh, Alex, Sophie thinks you look like Baby Spice.
Oh my God! Thank you for saying I look like Baby Spice.
I like to be Ginger.
I would also say Madame Caliente. First of all, I want to say hi to Nanya Business.
Hi.
Hi, Nanya.
Welcome to
we
our
love
channel.
Nanya Business.
We love Nanya.
We love Nanya. Also,
this is a Nanya Business Standing podcast.
Raja Winner's edit is showing a lot more in this episode. I would agree. We are getting a strong run from Raja, but let's get into these actual Pink Table Talks, which is a play on Jada Pinkett Smith's Red Table Talks with her grandmother and daughter. I hope that's factual. I'm like pretty sure that's correct, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, I see them. Eureka, Trinity, Akira is our first group, and every single one of them did well. I mean, we got the strongest group first, y'all. And I'll just give like a quick summary though. Akira was a little stiff at first, I thought, but riffed really, really well. Alex, that was something you called out.
Yeah. Because Akira's not like a lines girl. She's not an actor. she is somebody who can do improv and like can get to a point, but she's not gonna hit marks, if that makes sense. That's why she did so well in her like Cops challenge with Fortune Feimster, because it was improv and it was all riffing. So this is really where Akira shines.
Yeah, absolutely. And so and you see that confidence grow throughout the challenge. Trinity, though, was, I thought, honestly, the standout of the night, with her talk about being HIV positive, undetectable equals untransmittable. I mean, what a powerful moment for Drag Race, for the Drag Race fandom. It was just incredible. I loved it. I thought it was so moving for me.
Oh, I definitely agree too. I think we were saying this together, Sam, that Trinity really did a great job. I think, talking about, her status and, everything, educating on HIV and being undetectable and all of that. So I think she did a magnificent job.
Yeah. Sophie, real quick, when we hit 500 subscribers, I will do an episode in full paint. I have been putting it off for a while. I will get all up in geesh when we hit 500 subscribers for the next episode.
We're at 488, so we're very close. So, hey, subscribe and like
and subscribe, share us with your friends, and then you can see me in drag.
Wow! And then if we get to 1,000 subscribers tonight, I will go live tomorrow. Yay! And Alex will be.
If we get to 1,000 subscribers, I'll put you in drag.
Okay.
If we get to 1,500 subscribers, they'll put me in drag.
Yeah. Oh, that would be fun. Okay, but Alex, what were your thoughts on Trinity's performance tonight?
Oh, it was great. Honestly, I kind of wish that they would have talked about it more on the main stage. Like, that kind of bummed me out. I was like, it's like one of those things where it's like RuPaul doesn't want to like give the narrative. So RuPaul's like, wow, great job. Go backstage.
Yeah. Very like Simone say their names.
Yeah, very that. Like, wow, what a good message. Goodbye. But I wish we would have gotten a little more of like discourse on that and conversation about it. But, Trinity did great. I'm so glad they got the time to put that on TV. Awesome. Loved it. And it was still fun. Like, it wasn't just like, it wasn't preachy. It wasn't like too informational. It was still like a fun conversation that made people like feel comfortable hearing that information, because a lot of people put a lot of stigma behind it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I thought it was brilliantly executed. Drag Race has gotten really good, I'd say, lately at building a social message into the show and yet somehow leaving Ru out of it.
Yeah.
Like
RuPaul's like
but it's true. Eureka, though, I thought was a phenomenal host, and we referenced it earlier. She would not have done as well at this, but Alex, you famously said We're Here'd it.
Yeah, she got practice from We're Here.
And it shows. I thought she was a phenomenal host. She was funny. She was vulnerable, but in a way that drew us in. And y'all know who watched the pod, I am not historically a Eureka fan.
Yeah.
And she is for her first 2 seasons, first 1.5 seasons, and she is really turning it.
I think, Sam, the same opinion you have as Ginger is the same you have as Eureka. I think they're really showing a very vulnerable side, both of them this season, and they're being more genuine than they were on their past seasons. And I think that you're really growing to like both of them. I'm noticing it, that you're really growing to like Eureka and Ginger, who are two people like in the past.
Absolutely. Oh my God. What did she say? Her ding-a-lingy. We're sitting at home eating a Hot Pocket waiting for ding-a-ling. Like, I fell out. It was incredible.
I thought Eureka was going to win this challenge. I think she did so good. She did incredible.
I thought someone off of that team would have won. And
I know. One thing I do want to point out about what Eureka said is when Eureka was talking about how there's a big difference between fetishizing fat people and what was the language that Eureka used?
I can't remember. It was like
fetishizing and upset, or like what is
like appreciating,
worshiping.
Like it's gross. Like there's so many people who are like, yeah, like I'm attracted to big people. I'm about it, but then it's like, no, you have like this weird like asphyxiation with it. And it's like that's different.
So I can comment on that. firsthand. I'm a fellow big girl, and like there are boys that like I noticed they're like kind of fetishy with it, like that are like, oh, I want you to like eat more. I want to watch you eat, or like I want you to like throw your belly at me. I'm like, that's weird. That's not sexy.
I mean, go off if that's your thing. Like, fine.
Props to you, mama, but that's not my thing. I don't want to be a fetish. I want to be a human being. Worshipped is what I want. I want someone to worship all this body because it's sexy, mama. Okay.
Yes,
go off.
baby.
Yes.
No, I'm like, every big girl has the story of that moment she knew it was not it was not just an appreciation, it was a fetishization. It's weird, it's gross.
Sam, I'm not going to say names.
When they send you a pizza to your house, you know.
Sam, I'm not going to say names because, you know, I've had a lot of men in my life, but the teacher definitely fetished me.
He fetished you?
You know who the teacher is. You know what I'm talking about. The teacher, total fetish.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi,
Good to
Hi,
see you.
Jamie.
Well, we could talk about it later, Josh. It's fine.
That'll be an after hours podcast.
Anyway, yeah, we've got next our OnlyFans podcast.
Patreon
exclusive.
exclusive.
Michigander.
Oh, I can promise to take off minimal clothing.
Oh my Lord.
So next up in our group, our next group is Kylie Sonique Love, Scarlett Envy, and Raja O'Hara. And we knew that this was going to be a rough group from the get-go. We talked about it, how Scarlett and Kylie sort of formed their little like twin bots thing, and they latch onto a strong personality to carry them through. It's what they did, for the when they did their exorcism.
Yeah.
It was, and it wasn't bad, but it was just fine.
Are we talking about the second group?
Yeah.
Yes.
It was weak. I thought it was the weakest group.
It was. We did get, so we had Scarlett's moment. She talked about her two moms, which Rue said made her uncomfortable, and I understood.
Weird.
But Scarlett did sort of the weird performance thing. And so like I understand what Rue was saying, but also Rue wanted to ream Scarlett tonight. They wanted to send Scarlett home.
Yeah, I agree with Madame Caliente.
Scarlett should not have gone home. I agree.
At all.
Yeah. I don't know what part of that made it uncomfortable except like her jokes.
Yeah, because she's not funny and she tried to be fun, and like she was like laughing at herself when she wasn't funny. Like that's uncomfortable.
Guys, I feel like Scarlett got jammed this season. Like she was always like either she never won.
She got lemoned.
Huh?
She got lemoned.
She got lemoned? Yeah, well, Lemon won something, didn't she?
She got janned.
I said she got jammed. I think she got jammed. Like she never won, but she was always had great outfits. Like she was really strong this season. I really feel she got. I don't feel. I it's like leave Scarlett alone, okay? Leave Scarlett alone, because you know what? Scarlett does not deserve that hate, RuPaul. Why are you coming for Scarlett? What did she ever do to you? Okay.
I think the problem with Scarlett is that it just like Scarlett doesn't do any singular thing well enough to merit her staying on the show or winning. You know, that's the problem, is if you're just pretty good at everything, but you're not great at least one thing, like, what are you doing here?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like she's wearing Old Maiden shoes, okay? She's not Old Maid. She's not wearing Old Maiden shoes. She was not.
Fashion was great. She did a good job, although this look this week, we'll get into it. I was not a fan. Raja and her pastor mother with those matching power suits, like, what? And her mother was like shocked that she was gay. Like, Alex, the baby photo, take it away, please.
I'm like, it looked like, and I could be wrong, but it looked like those were baby pageant photos. Like, it looked like Raja's mom put baby Raja in a baby pageant and Raja won a crown. I'm sorry, but if you are putting your child in a baby pageant, you are raising a homosexual.
Yeah, that's when I turned gay. My mom put me in country club fashion shows, and here I am before you, a fag.
My mom had me eating off the adult menus at restaurants, and here I am, a fats.
I'm just a drag king, and I guess that's why I'm gay. I don't know.
Yeah. I thought it was really funny too, though. Or not like, I didn't think it was child pageant energy. What it gave me was like themed, like Sears, like child photos, child portraits, because that seemed to me, as someone who was put in themed outfits for photo shoots as a child, it seemed to me that was like that was like she wanted to dress her child up as a prince.
Okay, gotcha. The pageantry of it all, though.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The pageantry of it all.
The pageantry of it all. Madame Caliente, we see your note. We feel for you.
Yes.
Very difficult situation to be in. But you are always welcome here at the Couch Potato Queens. Exactly as you are, baby. And Kylie Sonique Love, I think, had a really interesting note on the topic of a rough relationship with one's mother. She had a beautiful, vulnerable moment, which is exactly how Kylie should have played it. You know, is like she needed more energy overall, but she knows her strengths and she played to them. And when they were holding hands, that was beautiful.
That was a good moment. They connected.
Yeah. Josh, how'd you feel about Kylie connecting with Raja?
I mean, that's the only time where Kylie was good tonight. I thought Kylie was really weak. I think, and you guys know I love Kylie. I'm rooting for Kylie. I think Kylie's going to make it very far, but tonight was not her strongest night. I think Kylie did a really weak performance, but that was like the only shining moment of her performance.
I mean, personally, I feel that the best thing Kylie did was Kylie truly did moderate the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Kylie full on moderated in the sense where she asked questions and then responded and connected with the people answering. But then when it came to her turn, which we haven't fully spoken about yet, but when we get to when we talk about her turn where she spoke about her motherhood as a dog mom, it just kind of like tanked the energy of the whole talk. I'm like, you should have talked first.
She could have, exactly. If she had opened with that, I think we would have felt differently about it. And
then she had her full story moment at the end connecting with Raja. I'm like, you just kind of tanked your whole team on that, girl.
Yeah.
And personally, I think she did the worst in this whole challenge because not only did you kind of tell a weak story not very well, but you tanked two pretty compelling stories. I mean, one that was not told very well to start with, but still, you know? It just seemed like she was dragging her team down a bit when she did that.
Yeah, I feel that.
But her connection was still real in that moment with Raja.
Yes. No, I mean, it was a great moment from her.
Yeah.
And next, though, we have our group of Jan, of course, along with Ginger and Pandora. And this was also not a great group for me.
It was mixed. It was the middle group.
So I was conflicted. So my first time watching it with Ginger, I felt like she was very fake. And then we went back and we watched it again today. And it still felt scripted to me. I saw there were moments where she allowed herself to breathe a little bit more, but it just, Alex, we had conflicting views on this.
Yeah. And normally me and Sam agree on everything.
It's true.
I feel that Ginger did do well in this competition because what this roundtable was essentially what the three of us do all the time. They were doing kind of like a podcast a little bit. Scarlett needs to redeem herself. Yeah, totally. She did great.
Bimby, welcome back. We've missed you.
Hi, Bimby. Yeah, how did Ginger win? I feel like Ginger was a good host. I felt Ginger had a good radio voice. I felt Ginger was the most concise, and Ginger kept the conversation going.
And I don't want to say I don't think Ginger did well, because I thought she did her job well. I just felt there were other people who did better. Josh, how did you feel about Ginger's performance in the roundtable this week?
I agree that it wasn't as authentic as it could have been. I do not think it was the winning performance, but it was good. Like, I liked her story, but yeah, I think she has a similarity to Jan. But she's obviously a lot better. I love my Jan, but she's a lot better and a lot stronger of a queen than Jan. But she has that where she comes off as very fake sometimes. But I think Ginger is the first time that I've seen her on the show is starting to throw out her ugliness, her realness, which ugly is a good thing. And I think that she was kind of throwing it out, but it was kind of a mashup. It was kind of a battle between her fake side and her true side. And I think she did good overall, but like, yeah, that's mine.
Mm-hmm. And thank you, Nunya. We do a great recap, don't we, gang?
Thank you.
Thank you.
But Eureka was a better host than Ginger, but I don't mind because I loved her lip sync. Yeah.
Oh, we will get into that lip sync because
cannot wait to talk about
what
it.
the hell, my phone?
But let's do these looks.
No, we can't get into the looks yet because we got to talk about Jan and Pandy. So Jan was fake. I mean, it was imitation crab fake, y'all.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah. It was me at a family holiday. Fake.
During COVID, I was eating so many snacks, and I'd be on the lives, and people would say, "Jen has a double chin." And that was it.
Twink anymore, right? I'm not a twink anymore.
I'm a twink, but like the moral of the story is, I think I'm still a twink.
Am I a twink? Oh no!
But like, right? Okay.
Yeah, Jen's really out here doing God's work, speaking up for the twinks.
God,
we have Jan speaking out for the twinks on Drag Race. We have Travis speaking out for the ab guys on Big Brother. It's like all the privileged people speaking out.
Jan, like you could have had such a powerful moment of like, I have been very secure about my body for a long time, but like being in the public eye, like really changed my relationship with myself and and how I have to view myself. And instead it was more like, I have a great butt now and I still like think I'm a twink.
And I really like snacks.
It was very like, I can't help it if everybody loves me. Like from Mean Girls. Like when Gretchen Wieners does her little
I would encourage you to keep praying for Kylie Sonique Love, for her to win. You know, we would love to see it. Should we say a prayer right now for Kylie Sonique Love, everyone?
Yeah, let's do it.
Kylie Sonique Love.
Dear gay Jesus.
Dear gay Jesus. Please bring a win for Kylie Sonique Love on RuPaul's pre-recorded Drag Race next week. We really, really want it. Amen. Thank you for joining us in prayer, everyone.
First, Kylie Sonique.
Welcome to Couch Potato Queen's Prayer Circle.
Call the corners.
Honestly, though, like I was disappointed in Jan this week, though. I just don't think she did a good job. Jan like should have gone home. Honestly, I think Jan should have gone home for that performance tonight.
Yeah, it was hard to watch. That one made me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I was like, Jen, stop.
I had such mixed feelings about Pandy, though, because Pandora was very funny.
I forgot Pandora's in the competition.
Pandora was like pushing the audience away the whole time. Like it was all very defensive. It was all like there were just like loose pieces. It was like, girl, like we want to see more of you. Like we want to know who you are.
Yeah.
Pandora either needs to win a challenge or go home because I forgot she's playing this season.
Everyone has
in the competition.
There's something every time Pandora comes on the screen. There's something a little bit like endearing where you're like, oh, that was a funny line. I forgot Pandora was clever. Good for her.
Like, every time Pandora does something funny, I'm like, good for her.
You're like, wow.
She's like the Kelly Wiggle survivor, but there just because it's a name, but like doesn't talk.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's more of just like who else do we think is just like good for her? Good for you, Pandora.
And this season or in general?
In general.
Pandora's one of a kind. She's completely boring, but like can be funny at times, and just like throws out a little jab once in a while, so you remember she's on the show, and she'll make it pretty far.
Very sweet that they make it that far. I don't know. Anyway, we could, folks at home, if you understand what I'm saying, please send something in. Finally, though, let's get to this runway, y'all. It's time. Alex, we got a lot of new people tonight. Why don't you walk them through our fry system for ranking outfits?
So on Couch Potato Queens Drag Race, we do a thing called our French fry system, patented Couch Potato Queens French fry system. So if there is something that you like, if we're talking about a look and you're like, wow, I love it, this is the best look, you're going to give it a large fry. If it is a look that you're like, it was fine, it was middle of the road, it was whatever, you give it a medium fry. If you're like, this was a bad look, you're going to give it a small fry. But if you are like, wow, my socks are blown off, they're gone, I'm obsessed,
heaven,
you will supersize this order, baby, and you are going to get a supersize fry for that order. So let's talk about our first look and let us know in the comments what size fry you are ordering for this look.
Okay, first we kick it off with Trinity K. Bonet, the TKB, the look. Oh my God, I love her so much, and she came out fucking correct tonight. Yes. Full African queen, long sort of like shoulder extension, shoulder pad look with a cape, this gorgeous sequined African print, the beautiful face paint, the natural, but like the blonde hair, the shorts. It was a super size for me tonight from TKB. I loved it. I was obsessed with it.
She looked amazing. She looked great. I loved the paint. I loved the hair. Everything was right about it, and there's nothing you can complain about. I will say there was looks on the runway that I was more impressed by, and that's why it's not getting my super size. Mm-hmm. But it's a large plus. Like, it is tip of the iceberg, like tip one straw away from being my super size.
Some creme de la creme. Josh, how did you feel about it?
I agree with Alex completely. Large plus. I think there were some better looks, but it was really, really good. So.
No, you don't have to. But Nanya, I love that you are like learning all of this information from us for the first time. If and when you do watch this episode, do you watch Drag Race at all? Have you seen an episode of Drag Race?
None of your business, Sam. None of your business.
Nanya also watches our Bachelor podcast, our Bachelorette podcast, and has not watched The Bachelor. So.
I love that. Nanya, we love you.
Nanya, golden star.
Whatever. At least Nanya came for someone.
Okay, so we all love this look from Trinity. Next, we get Eureka with that beautiful mixed print gown. It was power clash. It was trash. It was fashion. I loved it. I actually really liked it. This was a large for me tonight from Eureka. Josh, how did you feel about it?
I am totally going to say, I'm going to say super size. I thought it was so good. It's one of my favorites tonight I loved it. I loved it. It's one of my favorite Eureka outfits. I thought it was so good. I was telling you when we were watching it, Sam, I'm going to say super size. I thought it was incredible.
Wow.
Yeah. This is one that I am almost giving my super size to as well. It was so good. We loved it when we saw it walk down the runway. Sam literally said, "This is high camp drag." Like, it was phenomenal. Dolores does not agree.
Dolores, spicy tonight. Love to see it. Oh my goodness. Okay, so next up, we have Akira C. Davenport with her sort of life-size mannequin look with the tape measures coming out of her hair, or she not so mannequin, like a dress form. I loved it. I thought it was great. It's a large for me. I thought she was stunning. I thought the body was right, and even though we've seen similar looks, I think of Akira. I think of Pearl, I think of Miss Fame. Like, we've seen sort of plastic surgery or like mannequin doll before.
Yeah.
Even Max or Trixie Mattel.
Yeah. This is a common.
Let's go to heaven.
But she did it really well. I thought it was great. She did it right. I was impressed. It was high drag.
Dare I say that this is my favorite one of these?
Yeah,
I
think it's my
loved
favorite out
it.
of all the like either
Oh,
plastic
okay.
surgery or doll looks.
I loved like the kind of fetish mask that was pulling her nose up. Like it had that sense of kind of like weird like body modification energy to it because of that face mask. And it was just cool. There was something like edgy about it that had like a little more like edge to it than the other previous looks before it.
A little
So
more stank on it.
yeah, it was cool and it was different coming from Akira. So that was for sure a large fry.
It really was. Josh, how did you feel about Akira's look?
I agree. Definitely a large fry. It was very similar to what Utica Queen gave us in her promo.
Yeah.
Her side promo last season of 13.
Her promo with was the Mad Hatter look.
And there were 2 looks. So
her reveal.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, her reveal. She had 2. She had like a knitting one as well, like a
with the sewing needles.
Yeah. And it was really, really good as well. But I thought this was actually stronger. I thought it was really cool. So I'm gonna say large fry. It was a great outfit for Akira.
Mm-hmm. Alex, you definitely get the fetish thing. Also, just a high pony like that literally only gives me like fetish or like kung fu fetish.
It was hot.
It was hot.
Yeah.
It was hot in the
Everybody loves the high pony.
Next up we have Ms. Raja O'Hara, who came out in some really cute African prints that were sort of, we had all different prints, but sort of like the, I don't know what you would call that, like a crop top with some puffy sleeves. We had like the headpiece. We had the pants. I thought it was gorgeous, actually.
It was stunning.
I thought it was really beautiful. I thought it was very traditionally respectful. Like I was like, wow, this is a beautiful African woman. And if we're talking clash of the patterns, to pull such different patterns and have them look so beautiful together.
Yeah.
I thought it was understated and absolutely gorgeous.
What I want to talk about is how the head wrap was a completely different color and pattern from the whole outfit. And it's hard to like, because it was purple and everything else was kind of in more earthy tones. And that could have easily just like looked weird and off. But the whole thing just went so well together that you could tell that whole outfit was nitpicked together meticulously. So it's a large fry for me for that.
Also, I'd like to point out Madame Caliente saying Raja only spent $600 to go to All Stars.
What?
Good for you, girl.
It's because she makes the clothes.
Yeah.
But all she had to get was fabric.
Right. Yeah. She's doing
she probably made it herself then.
Yeah, she probably did. He makes it even more impressive, honestly.
Yeah.
Large fry from Dolores. Thank you, Dolores. I appreciate you for that.
Honestly, no, I would say for Raja's, it wasn't the best one, but it was really good. So I will say large.
Yeah. And I love that bit about the $600. That's fierce.
Oh yeah.
Next we have the Kylie Sonique Love, the KSL, in sort of a I don't even know. Like, I'm trying to find the words to accurately describe it because it was sort of
that's what
bodysuit with like leopard flaps. They weren't tassels. They weren't ruffles.
It was a mini skirt.
I will tell you what it is. Britney Spears wore it in 2001.
I could not tell. It didn't feel like a mini skirt though, because there was the top. It was what it was. Is it felt, and with the pink fedora, like a hot pink fedora.
It was like Britney Spears' Britney album. Like, I'm not a girl, not yet Obama.
It was no, it wasn't. I mean, it wasn't even that. It was. I mean, Alex, take it away because I'm about.
Okay. The outfit was like a brown, and what I will say about it is it had cool movement on sort of like those peplums that were sticking out.
But only on the front.
It moved cool, but it was just an ugly outfit.
But none of them were on the back.
No, it didn't make any sense.
And like
the hat
was blue.
The hat was ugly. I think it might have been supposed to be like a butterfly wing. Or like a moth and a butterfly. I don't know. It was just rough. It was hard to look at. I didn't get it. She's been kind of turning some weird looks. Like I like her like early 2000s vibe. Like that's like I was from the early 2000s. I was there for that. So I'm like, I love it. I like to see it, but like that was a little too much for me, and it is a small fry, girl. I'm sorry. It was the worst outfit of the season so far, I think, except maybe Trinity's crossing guard.
That's a statement. That's a bold statement.
Jiggly had some looks.
Oh, I forgot about
Jiggly had the worst look this season.
Oh, yeah. Menu, we agree. We are hilarious. Who needs to watch the show? You could just come get updated with the Couch Potato Queens.
Alex, go in your model pose again.
Yeah.
Ready? Wave to the camera, Alex. Wave. Talk walk.
Look at these legs.
So next we have it's a small for me. I can't with this one.
No, it was bad.
Josh, talk about your Queen Kylie.
She wasn't my queen tonight, girl. No, that was messy. Small fry. It was girl. What were you thinking? Giving me like Britney Spears 2001. Like, come on, you already did Tina. We don't need Britney.
No,
it was not good.
Sorry, girl.
I just love that we all struggled so hard to actually explain what we were looking at. Like, y'all, we don't have words for this outfit.
We're like, it's a dress?
Is it? But like,
it was comparable to La Reed.
Oh, it was a small fry across the board.
Bad.
Next up we have Scarlet Envy, who had the gown sort of inspired by or like partially containing her grandparents' love letters from World War II. And the idea was cute, but the execution was a little rough for me. Scarlet has looked so good all season, and I thought tonight was the first night that, number one, the dress needed an explanation for me to like it more, and number two, the construction just seemed a little off.
Yeah, there was something weird about it. I feel like the construction was meant to be kind of like a quilt, but it just read sloppy, and the fabric that had been made from the letters was blown out and hard to decipher. So we wouldn't have even known there was writing on that dress.
It was,
and like, I feel like that's an outfit that could have had a prop. Like if she had like brought out like a scroll with her, or you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like a pen, or like, I'm like, there needed to be like another level of camp to that for it to work.
Or like, like she's like a sea maiden, and like she's like going, there's like gloves, and she's like going out to like wave her lover goodbye.
She didn't sell it on the runway, and I think she could have.
They were confused.
She was not holding a love letter. Like you could like kiss a letter and then like toss it into the
if they have to ask you what you're wearing or for you to explain it, that's not a good sign.
Yeah.
That's the truth there. So, I mean, it was good. I loved the idea of it. So for that, it's going to be in the large, like somewhere, but I'm going to give it a large minus.
It was a medium for me.
Medium.
The mug was beat. The hair was right, but like
I just felt bad for her.
Again, the standard, her standard was so high for this show so far that, like the smallest stumble is like, and we notice it.
Yeah.
But
she look was a medium
tonight.
New phone. Who dis?
Jan came out in what I like, this like purple vomit. I mean, just it was a mess, girl. It was like a mini dress, and there were like sleeves, but it was like sort of like this like weird psychedelic purple print with chaps. And
Janitin.
And then like a bunch of shopping bags, and it was like purple with like the purple like spray painted heart hair. The wig was cool. Actually,
I like the wig.
The mug was right. The wig was right. This is another one. It was just but Paris has taste, Madame Caliente. Yes. Like imagine that you ate like a bunch of like purple shimmer paint.
And then we're like, I shouldn't have eaten that.
Or you're like, I do spin art.
It wasn't.
Or like pour art. What do they call it? Where you like spin the canvas and you like pour the.
Or it's like you put like a canvas on a drill, and then you're like, look at how industrial I am. And then,
it looks like Lisa Frank goes to the soccer game,
and then you like only do like purple and lavender, and then you put it on a boxy dress.
It was bad. This was a bad look. It looked like a recreation of her original entrance look from her from season 11 or 12. So from season 12.
And Jan is another one where we like don't have a lot of bad outfits from Jan.
No. So it's like, what was that, dude?
A mess.
It looked like she talked to Rosé, and Rosé was like, you know what would be fierce? Some weird fitting clothes.
Don't come for Rosé!
You know what, Jen? You know what will really gag them? Some weird fitting clothes.
Clothes. That's what we'll do in a body. Wearing your body off because it's not your body.
Watch
body
Jan
made
come out
wrong.
next week. Watch Jan come out next week covered entirely in tulle.
I can't. I'm just like, this is not it. It was not the moment. It was a small fry, dude. Jan looked like shit. I'm sorry. Come for me, Jan fans. Cancel me.
Small.
Worst of the night.
Board,
Small fry.
Next came what arguably was my favorite look of the night. I mean, TKB was probably my favorite look of the night. My second favorite look of the night, both had an Africa theme. Ginger came out with her wild safari look, the beautiful, fun rainbow camo print she had with her little net. It was also, I want to point out her wedge or like her high heel, her chunky heel galoshes.
Loved it.
So Alex, like that was the kind of serve, because you love a good rain boot.
Oh, I love a rain boot.
You love a rain boot, but we don't like a rain boot on the runway unless it has a chunky heel.
Uh-huh.
I love a chunky heel.
And something that a lot of people probably disagree with, I love a rain boot or like a big boot that goes under the dress. Like, I like it when you can't see your leg and it's just boot dress. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, she looked great. Ginger is a short girl. So it's like, you're not going to get like a big leg moment from Ginger. It's just not going to happen. So when she makes these outfits that let her have like a comical moment from the waist down, it's fierce. Mm-hmm. So I thought that outfit was so fun. I loved the pattern. Ginger looked beautiful. The best Ginger's ever looked.
Really this season, this is the best Ginger's ever looked. And I'm living for her fashion this season has been high camp and it has been excellent.
I
her brand.
I agree with both of you guys. I think Ginger did a great job tonight. She is slaying.
Because she always don't match her clothes.
Where the hell her matching clothes? Where the hell her matching clothes? Okay. I'm gonna give it a large for this one. Large plus.
If Kyle really loves Jan, he would know that she messed up this week.
He would.
That is the chaps, girl, not the chaps.
Not the chat.
But
in Jan's own words, not this.
Not this. But yeah, Ginger Minge, you get my supersized girl. I loved that.
Well,
you look great. It looked good.
Yep, it did look good. Josh, how did you feel about Ginger's look? Large?
Large plus.
Yep. I mean, same. It was excellent. The construction, the look, all of it, the vibe. And finally, we had sort of a divisive look. We had Pandora, who looked like a fashionable version of Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas. Now, depending on your feelings on Nightmare Before Christmas, sort of depends on how you feel about this look. Josh, why don't you start us off?
That just sounded kind of shady, but like I liked it. I thought it was good for Pandora because Pandora is always just meh in the middle. But today, I actually really liked her Sally cosplay. I thought it was cute. I'm gonna give it like a large minus or a medium plus. I thought it was good.
Follow-up question for the two of you: do y'all think it was meant to be a Sally cosplay?
Yeah, she did it.
She did.
Yeah.
What I will say, Josh, you called that outfit a cosplay. There's a big difference between cosplay and drag. Okay? Cosplay, and I'm sorry, I'm about to get canceled by the cosplay people, but I don't care.
Don't come for Sarah Beth, Alex.
But cosplay is more about attention to detail and looking authentic to a character and not so much about quality of garment. So you can use it in less expensive fabric. It's more about hitting the details like, oh, do you have like this mark that this character has work? But with drag, you cannot come out in a polyester looking outfit. It looked like a Halloween costume, and that's not going to fly here. If you are going to do a drag Sally from Nightmare Before Christmas, it needs to be drag and that just looked like a Sally dress that you'd get at like Halloween USA.
Party City.
Yeah, Party City where she belongs.
So, Alex, you had the opportunity and you didn't use the Party City.
I'm just so mad about this. Sam, you know how much I have a problem with Nightmare Before Christmas culture, so
it's true. You hate it.
You hate Nightmare Before Christmas?
No, I love the movie.
Nightmare Before Christmas belongs to a special category with things like Rick and Morty, where we, and even frankly RuPaul's Drag Race, where we love the show, hate the fandom.
Yeah. Like people who are like really into Nightmare Before Christmas, I'm like, I can't. I cannot. If your personality is being like, I just need to find my Jack Skellington, I'm going to pass out. I'm going to leave.
Oh my
God. You say it as RuPaul and that the side. You're gonna hold on.
Yeah, but Pandora looked fine for her. Large fry.
So ultimately, after this runway, Pandora, it was a medium for me.
Yeah, medium fry.
It was fine. It was whatever. It was not a great cosplay or drag look. The end. But ultimately TKB, Eureka, and Akira win the top group. However, Ginger is given the win. Did they get it right? Josh, I'll give it to you first.
Yes. Ginger was one of the top ones. I do truly believe that Eureka deserved to win tonight, or TKB, but I'm happy Ginger won because that lip sync was so good. So, did Ginger truly deserve to be the top person tonight? No. It should have been Eureka or TKB, but I'm okay with Ginger winning.
Mm-hmm. I felt the same way where I was like, I'm fine with it, but it really felt like they threw Ginger that win. Like, she was in the running for it, but I did not think she was by any means a clear winner. It just sort of felt like they need to keep her in the game. And this was a way that they could do it. Yep. Alex, how'd you feel?
I think that really Eureka won this week. 100%.
Or TKB, honestly.
Yeah. But, if they were trying to put runway into consideration, Eureka still had an excellent look. So even though Ginger looked amazing on the runway, it's not like Eureka walked down the runway looking whack and they could be like, we can't give her the win in that outfit.
Eureka's look was stunning. Eureka's look was Josh's supersize.
Yeah, she looked great. And if RuPaul takes anything into account, it's what's Josh's supersize.
I mean, RuPaul did take into account of Rosé.
This ain't RuPaul's Josh's supersize race.
It's Alex and Sam's. Can I say though, I think we've been better with All Stars and we've agreed on more stuff than regular season.
Y'all, if you want to see some messy shit, go back and watch our first season of our Drag Race podcast where we talk about season 13 because we fight.
We go at it. It is Celebrity Deathmatch / RuPaul's Drag Race season 13.
It's messy. We fight.
We fight hard over Rosé because they hate her, and I liked her. I'm like, okay, she's not as good. I kind of agree with that.
Okay,
Josh, we're not getting into the
Rosé discourse into the All Stars podcast.
We can't bring it back. We've buried that hatchet.
No, but we brought it up twice this episode now, so we need to be done.
Okay, I spent John Joey trying.
So Ginger wins overall. Maybe they got it right, maybe they didn't, but we do know that Scarlett gets done real dirty, and we all knew going into that evaluation, we were like, they're going to drag Scarlett, and she's not going to deserve it.
Yeah.
She's not going to deserve how hard she's going to get dragged. And it's true. RuPaul went after her to justify that place in the bottom.
Yeah, it was fair. I don't think it was fair.
Jan has a Laganja Estranja style breakdown on the stage. I remember, Jan started giving her speech, and I immediately thought Laganja, I am beautiful, and I do love myself. I do talk like this. And Jan had that same moment, and it continued in the word. I thought Jan's breakdown rivaled Laganja's.
And RuPaul was sitting there
Laganja.
What was that?
RuPaul was sitting there
Yeah, RuPaul was just chuckling the whole time because RuPaul loves watching Jan break. And then Jan like stops for the interview and RuPaul's just cackling. Like
Alex to the side. Alex to the side with that look. Alex, no, there we go.
Oh yeah, give us. Oh my god, and I'll be Jan when Kylie Sonique Love is trying to hug her after the elimination. That I really want that to be the new Jan robe, is her Kylie hugging her after Scarlett goes home.
I agree. I think Jan needed to like realize that, girl, you just got to win. You messed up this week. You looked bad on the runway. You did weird in the challenge. Just acknowledge that this wasn't your week and don't have a full-on meltdown, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not the move.
Jan's a Gemini. We're the same sign. I understand her.
So we get the lip sync assassin. The gag that we thought was Bianca going to be the lip sync assassin, we were so gagged, and honestly, I'm a little upset they didn't actually give it to us. Like, of course she didn't, but like
we were in a I cannot explain this any other way.
Tizzy.
We were in a gay panic.
But in the best possible way. But
we were like, Bianca's never lip sync on the show. Have we ever seen her lip sync before? And I'm like, yes, she's performed Wicked. Look it up. And like, we were going nuts. It was a whole moment. And then we full on got tricked by Drag Race. So
but honestly, I didn't really care because the lip sync was, I would argue that this lip sync rivals Laganja and TKB. It was that good and I liked it that much.
It does rival it.
I think TKB Laganja was the best one. I put TKB Laganja in one of the best lip syncs I've ever seen on the show. This was really, really good. It's strong. It's in the top 10 of all time. It's really good, but I think Laganja versus TKB is better.
I think it comes down to personal preference, and
this is two different things. They serve two different things.
Very different things.
Because what Laganja TKB lacked was concept, and this was all concept. It's kind of hard to judge them against each other.
Concept and bad duck walks, our favorite things on Couch Potato Queens.
Because everyone knows I like a duck walk, Denali. Okay.
Denali's bad duck walks now. Mayhem Miller's like hot squat and hop that she did that Ginger then mocked was one of my favorite moments. Ginger running at marching at Mayhem. Hilarious. I don't think any of us were expecting Ginger to serve like she did tonight.
That was fierce because we love Lizzo and we've been listening to Lizzo before. All y'all have been listening to Lizzo. So we've had Phone on our playlist.
This was the song that I saw the music video on like a Facebook ad in like 2014, 2015. And I was like, I'm obsessed with this woman. Who is she? Like, Phone was the song that drew me to Lizzo. I have been waiting for this moment on Drag Race since I heard the song.
We've talked about it. Why hasn't Phone been? When we saw Lizzo was a guest judge, we're like, it's going to be Phone.
Yeah, that's the song.
Because like it's such a good lip sync song. It really is. But it's like the fact that we got it right now, I'm happy with it because there's honestly no other queen I'd want to perform it than Ginger, because how do you top that? And Mayhem turned it out too.
I want to see TKB do it as well.
Love it.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah, TKB would do a good job. But I thought Ginger was definitely do you know what? After seeing Ginger do it, I wouldn't want it any other way. But that was a gag going into that. That was, we thought Ginger was going to get steamrolled. But she has a way. Ginger, while not a dancer, has a way of turning it out for a lip sync. She is an entertainer.
Yeah.
And it showed. And Mayhem Miller did a good job. Mayhem Miller did not do a bad job. She's a good performer. She's just a bad voguer.
Yeah. Mayhem Miller needed to not try to vogue.
No, but I like it because all of these queens, they do like the super flexed wrist. Yep.
Oh, I do want to bring up this comment. than Ginger getting on the floor. Ginger served so much. She served choreography. She served comedy. She served sexy.
Mm-hmm.
She did all of it. She gave us
really
everything we wanted.
And she gave us also a Lala Ree-style, like, assassination moment of taking what the other contestant did and mocking it.
Guys,
And
Ginger's kind of a strong trifecta, if y'all don't recall. Ginger, the Trinity. It's Ginger, Trixie, and Katya. The three of them are all stars. They all work it.
Yeah, and none of them were friends the original season.
Yeah, they were.
Not really.
Yeah, they were all really, the three of them, that's why they're the
They were after the season, but they weren't close, like, on the season. Anyway, we got to move on. We got to get into our superlatives for the evening. Wait, why do we not call them our RuPerlatives?
Wow. We've been fucking up for a whole season.
We really have, y'all.
RuPerlatives, let's go.
Welcome to our RuPerlatives. Our first one of the evening is, what are we doing first, Josh? Best in show. Who performed the best this evening overall? Did the judges get it wrong? Alex, who was your best in show tonight?
And let us know in the comments who your best in show was. My best in show tonight, it's fucking Ginger. I don't care. Fight me. Not for the challenge, but for that lip sync. I will talk about that for weeks. I'm gonna remember that. When I think of the season, I'm going to think of Laganja's lip sync in this one. So go off, Ginger.
Yes, Mom.
Josh, who was your best in show tonight?
I will also agree with Alex. Ginger was the best tonight. There's no question. I think the only answer is Ginger with that lip sync. I at first would have said Eureka, but then that lip sync changed the whole game. And I think Ginger slayed the house down, mama.
I love that y'all are including the lip sync when that's not something historically that we've done.
It's not good.
Because it's never that good. You're right. No, I still have to say TKB for me tonight. I mean, the look was so good. Her talk was so good. I thought it was so important. It was, I mean, it is revolutionary to see that on television. To hear undetectable is untransmittable. I just thought it was too important.
Yeah.
So
that's
a win for me tonight. Next, of course, we have our dark horse of the competition. Who surprised you this episode, Josh?
Who surprised me this episode was Ginger. Ginger's a dark horse too. I think she's slayed tonight, and we did not expect that to happen. Ginger all around. Like, let's have some ginger with our sushi. Let's have some ginger with our salad. Let's have some ginger all the house down. I thought Ginger was great.
Craigster, Bianca Del Rio, best performance. Agreed. Absolutely.
Yeah. Nominate Bianca for the Emmy.
Seriously. Alex, who's your dark horse for the evening?
My dark horse for the evening is going to have to be, oh my God, now I'm just thinking about Bianca Del Rio. Oh,
she could be.
I mean, she could be the dark horse because she really did trick us all. She did. So, I'll do that. Bianca Del Rio is my dark horse. She fooled us all. We got gooped. We got gagged. Oh, no. I remember what it was. It was Mayhem Miller because Mayhem Miller came out and I'm like, girl, this is not going to be that good. It's going to be boring. And Mayhem Miller turned it.
And that's really the vibe we've had all season, though, since the cast announcements.
Hi, Shan.
Hi, Shan. That's really the vibe we've had all season. About this season, we're talking about it's the best season since All Stars 2.
Yeah.
And we looked at that cast and we were like, oh, I don't know. It's going to be weird. And it's been phenomenal. My dark horse for the evening, though, is Eureka. I think Eureka is getting a total image change. I think she's also changed a lot as a person. Her personability, her professionalism, her look, all of it impressed me tonight. All of it surprised me. But also, Josh, I mean, I already told you I was so gooped about the fucking lip sync. It was, mwah. I mean, I will think about that. I will think about like Ginger turning, like checking herself for her phone into Vogue. Like that was Vogue, what she did.
It was fierce.
Yeah. That was real Vogue. And it was camp. It was so fierce. Oh, I fucking loved it. Finally, we have our Lala Ree Bag Dress Award for the Hot Mess Express of the evening. I think I know where we're all going with this, but Alex, why don't you kick us off? Who was your Hot Mess Express? Who or what was your Hot Mess Express?
Someone tell me if they have anything other than this. Sonique's fucking dress, dude. What was that? I'm still traumatized.
I'm still just trying to perceive it. Like, what was it? Like, how do I describe it?
The only thing closer I can think about being the Lalaurie bag dress is Jan's outfit.
Which had bags included. Don't wear bags.
Don't wear bags. Don't wear bags. Don't wear bacon. Don't wear bacon or bags. Don't wear anything that starts with B.
Jan should went home just for those chaps.
Jan should have gone home for a lot of reasons this week.
Does anyone else have anything that could be the Lalaurie bag dress other than Sonique's dress?
Or Jan.
I'm going to say Jan just in general, guys. Jan had a really bad episode. Like, it was messy. She had a Laganja moment. She had an awful outfit. She had an awful, like, performance in the challenge. Like, Jan, all the way down, had a horrible week. Like,
not
it. Climbed the mountain and then tumbled down from the top.
She, what is her name? She's Scarlett took a tumble this episode.
Scarlett took a tumble. Scarlett did take a tumble this week. Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say anything other than Jan. I mean, I could give the hot mess to like RuPaul's maniacal gaze every time Jan is traumatized. Like,
I love it.
Yeah, it just. I love it. Jan is Frenchy. Too funny, madam.
Stop.
Anyway, y'all, it's been a great show. It's time to do plugs because Alex and Josh are about to hop over to do a simulcast with Jolene's channel for a Big Brother update. But let's talk about where the people can find us individually or together. First of all, please remember to follow the Couch Potato Queens on Twitter at Couch Potato Queens. That's Couch Potato QWNZ. You can also follow us on our new Instagram at Couch Potato Queens. And please subscribe to our channel, Couch Potato Queens, here on YouTube. We are so close to 500 subscribers. If you want to see this face in full geesh, get on it, babies. Next, of course, who's plugging themselves first? Ooh, Josh, plug yourself, baby.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Mendels8. That's MENDELS and then the number 8.
And you can follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook at Sam Meier Comedy, like the grocery store without the J. Alex, how about you, baby?
You can find me pretty much anywhere at Alex Knows It All, .jpeg on Instagram and just an underscore on Twitter.
Perfect. Now, folks, it's been a great Fry Slay with you. We love doing this every week. Tell your friends, bring them back. We want to chat with them more. Couch Potato Queens are blowing up, and we love hanging out with y'all. Remember, do not let anyone dull your sparkle. We love you.